It's like a child's riddle. What is the only long-distance walk in England where, no matter which end one starts, the direction to go is westwards? The answer is the longest recognised path walk in the country, the path that traces the outline of the southernmost limb of England, the South West Coast Path. Whether one starts to the north at Minehead in Somerset, or, as here, to the south at Poole near Bournemouth in Dorset, the walker follows the sun to the west. England's single leg sits like a piece of jigsaw in a changing sea. Walking around it should be easy. Keep the sea on one side and the land on the other, and just keep going. It should be easy, but it isn't. This is no weekend jaunt for holidaymakers wearing swimming shorts and sandals. Only the very fit and keen could even contemplate it in a 2-week holiday. This walk is 613 miles long and has as many ups and downs as 3 Everests. Apart from those trying to establish some sort of record, it's probably a walk that shouldn't be taken as a whole, but in stages, maybe at different times. The good news is that as walks in England go, it is probably the best, the most scenic, the most historic, and, although very difficult and isolated in parts, never far from the comforts of civilization. It is a jigsaw with many sides. Kimmeridge Bay, for example, is not only the site of Britain's first onshore oil well, but is a marine reserve. There is iridescent turquoise seaweed, bright green sea lettuce, pink coralline weed, and blue-rayed limpets. There are sea squirts and sea mats, beadlet and snakelock anemones, and bright yellow periwinkles. For the walker with a geological eye, the shale of Kimmeridge Bay turns into the chalk of Tyneham Cap, just as the limestone cliffs themselves will later turn into the granite coast, and they, in turn, will lead to the Iron Coast. And then there is the natural beauty along the way that asks for nothing but appreciation. The azure symmetry of Lulworth Cove may be familiar to and well trodden by day trippers, but the walker can smile and pat himself on the back as he passes by. Some of the beauties ahead will be his alone to share with the seabirds. The rock arch of Durdle Door is shared in winter by those seabirds, and in the summer by brave young men in wetsuits who plunge from the lintel into the sea below. But if the walk has a main theme, it is the independent spirit of the people who lived along its route, and those who recorded their exploits. From Thomas Hardy's Wessex to the skullduggery of Moonfleet, from the romance of Frenchman's Creek to the passions of Lorna Doone. Chesil Bank, an 8-mile stretch of sand and shingle, gives the lie to the old adage that nature abhors a straight line. As direct and as monotonous as a motorway, it leads from Weymouth up the coast to Abbotsbury. In its shelter lies West and East Fleet, where smugglers played cat and mouse with revenue men. Anyone trying to recapture the past should walk the path at night and in bad weather. That's when the smugglers felt safest, and it was their feet that first wore down the paths along the cliffs. For many, smuggling was both a way of life and a livelihood. It probably continues today, aboard the yachts that frequent the bays, but nothing to the scale of then. One Victorian author wrote, "All joined in it. The smith left his forge, the husbandman his plough, even the women and children turned out to assist in the unlawful traffic." The writer added, "Lusty seamen these, bearing no malice even when the revenue men scored a point." From heights such as the aptly named Golden Cap, the smugglers would have looked out to the sea for ships carrying the contraband from the continent, and inland for signs of the revenues who are out to thwart them. Lyme Regis on the Dorset and Devon border evokes a more genteel aspect of the same period. Jane Austen visited it with her parents in 1804 and later used the town in Persuasion. And the French lieutenant's woman, created by John Fowles, was first encountered standing at the end of its historic Cobb. The wooded coast outside Lyme was caused by a huge landslip. On Christmas Day in 1839, 15 acres of land broke away from the cliffs. Young Queen Victoria came to view it from the safety of her royal yacht. It is now a nature reserve with 85 species of birds. And from the top of this cliff outside